So let me start with our guests. First of all, on my far right is Daulat Khan Babul Bhai. He's the chair of 50 Active Club. Welcome, Babul Bhai.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, salam.
Thank you.
And immediately to my right is Muhammad Shunahur Ali Rinku Bhai from the Karam Federation.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, Jarwai.
Walaikum
Thank you for
salam.
inviting me.
So viewers, obviously, I'm sure you're all aware that the competition is going to take place next Sunday at Fairlock Waters. It's only 1 week away. You know, it's not long to go, and maybe by this time we're going to know who the champions are. The event, the Noka Festival, is a unique concept aimed at bringing people together from different upazilas, as well as offering a family day out. One of the organizers of this event is the 50 Active Club, and Babul Bhai is the chair of the 50 Active Club. Babul Bhai, আপনারা 50 Active Club এই নৌকা ফেস্টিভ্যাল লগে কিলান জড়িত হইছো?
থ্যাংক ইউ জাওয়ার। বেসিক্যালি আমরা তো এজ এ বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটি আমরা সবসময় মনে করো যে সামার স্পোর্টস আমরা বেশিরভাগ আমরা বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটির মধ্যে সামার স্পোর্টসটাও চলে। গত যে 2 বছর গেছে আসলে অনেক লাস্ট ইয়ার কোনো খেলাধুলো হয়েছে না, দিস ইয়ার লিটল বিট কিছুটুকু হয়েছে, আর আমরা মেইনলি সকলে ফুটবলের লগে ইনভলভ। সো বেসিক্যালি ফ্যামিলিগতভাবেও মানুষ বাড়াইতে পারে না। সো আমরা নৌকা ফেস্টিভ্যাল এটা আমরা ওলাখানে একটা ডিফারেন্ট একটা জিনিস আমরা করতাম চাইছি যে আউটসাইড ফুটবল, যে যেখানের মাঝে সকল ফ্যামিলি ইনভলভ থাকতে পারবা, বাচ্চা খাচ্ছেন সকলরে লইয়া আইতা পারবা। অ্যান্ড নৌকা রেস ইজ বাংলাদেশি একটা ইটস এ ভেরি ওল্ড ট্রেডিশনাল গেম। সো এটলিস্ট আমরা যে বাচ্চা কাচ্চা আছে তারা কিছু আমরা বুঝাইতাম পারবো যে আমরা বাংলাদেশের কিছু স্পোর্টস যেগুলো আছে, যেটার মাঝে ইউনিক একটা স্পোর্টস যেমন নৌকা রেস, এখানে মাঝে আরও কিছু ইভেন্ট আছে, এগুলোর সম্বন্ধে আমরা বিভিন্ন কলিকহলে কইবানি বিভিন্ন সেগমেন্টের মাঝে। যেমন আমি জাস্ট ব্রিফলি কইয়া যাইলাম কি, যেমন টাগ অফ ওয়ার, লঙ্গি রেস, ক্যারাম বোর্ড, আর এখানে তো আরও বিভিন্ন যে দেশীয় স্টল থাকবো, যেখানে মনে করো বাংলাদেশের ট্রেডিশনাল জিনিস লইতা পারবা, খাইতা পারবা, ওলাখান জিনিস থাকবো আর কি।
So it's really exciting. Both জিনিস আছে, especially for traditional Bengali people. আমরা আসলে অনেক বাংলাদেশে যাইতাম পারতাম না summer holiday লাগি because of the red zone, and you're bringing all of the cultural elements of Bangladesh, the Noka festival, the food, the stalls, all in one day at Fairlock Waters on the Sunday 1st of August. We've got a lot of guests with us as well today, because today we're not only going to just talk about the festival, but we're going to have a live draw of, you know, which teams are going to be facing each other. That will be in one of the later segments, and I'm delighted we have many of the upazilas that are taking part here with us today. We've got Gulab Ganj, Bishnat, Satok, Dirai, Usmani Nagar, Silet Shodor, Hobbyganj, and more. So thank you, audience, for coming and being part of the event today. And it will be exciting to see who plays who in the next few segments. Rinku Bhai, আপনারা যেন Kerem arrange করবা on the day. Now, Kerem is also a very famous traditional sport in Bangladesh. Now, আপনারা plan কিতা Kerem দিয়া কিলান আপনারা উপজেলারে arrange করবা?
Thank you, Jarwai, for asking me. Kerem or Amra, because we have certain time for the event. But normally, as you know, Kerem after tournament it takes many hours to finish the tournament. But in this one particularly, আমরা চাই আর যে একটু টাইম লিমিট দিয়া এগুলা একটু জ্বালা সাইড পাস করতে ভিতরে শেষ হয়ে যায়, ওমলা শেষ করবো। So it's going to be hopefully, if there is more team, it's going to be a double event. Upajelar, we're planning to take 10 upajelas. If not 8 would be better. যদি 10টা পাই না আমরা, 8 team we go straight from quarter final, semi final, then final, can finish it quickly.
Fantastic.
It depends on the participant again. We'll see, inshallah, how it goes. There's a lot of people are asking about Kerems. They're very interested, as you know. A lot of players are like to know more about it. But after this program, I'm sure we're going to come out with concrete details.
Now, আপনারা তো Kerem competition যে সময় করো আপনারা করেন, there's some really high level players. এখন এটা তো community program. আপনারা প্রফেশনাল একটু সাইডে দিয়ে হরাই, আমরা কমিউনিটির মানুষের চান্স দিবাইনি না। What's the plan?
No. It's open for everyone because it's first year. So we're going to keep open and keep it basic for everyone, not like the way you do it in professionally. in fact, this is going to be a family fun game rather than real competition. So it's open for everyone. Everyone's welcome, and especially we want Upazila participant in different Upazila.
There you go, TV1 viewers. Afnara Monokoran Kerambodo, you want to give it a go, come down on the day. There'll be a great opportunity to play the game with your family and potentially represent your Upazila and help your Upazila towards the Upazila competition. Babul Bhai, obviously 50 active. It's something that boyshulagi actually beshi shongotane activity khoroina or it tends to be luncheon clubs and that kind of thing. Afnara, what are the different activities you guys offer and group lagi khane afnara target করছে?
আমরা একটা মোটো আছে, একটা স্লোগান আছে, লিভ অ্যাক্টিভ লাইফ। সো আমরা মোস্ট অফ 50 মেম্বার্স দে আর 50 or above 50। সো আমরা বেসিক্যালি আসলে খেলাধুলা আসলে আমরা লাগে মেইন জিনিস নাই। আমরা অনেক সময় আমরা খালি মানুষের অ্যাক্টিভ রাখার লাগে ওই সংগঠন আমরা করছি। আর বেসিক্যালি যেমন আমরার মানুষের সকল তো আর আমরা 50 অ্যাক্টিভর সকল কিন্তু ফুটবলার নাই। এসে ফাদার গ্র্যান্ডফাদার তারা খেলাইরা অনেক সময় আমরাও মনে করিয়া আমি যে দৌড় দিয়া খেলাইরাম, কিন্তু এটা যদি ভিডিও করে আর পরে দেখি তো লাগে আমি তো আটরাম। সো মাইন্ডে আছে দৌড়িরাম কিন্তু এমনি আটরাম। তো আমরা হইল গিয়ে আর যে খালি ফুটবল আর ফুটবলতে সামথিং আমরা করি, সব সময় আমরা খেলা যাই একলা যাই, কারণ আমরা ফ্যামিলি কোনো সময় স্পেশালি বাংলাদেশি ফ্যামিলি বা ওয়াইফ সকল তারা ফুটবল বেশি ভালো পাই না। ইলাখান একটা ইভেন্ট থাকে যদি দেন ওয়াইফ বাচ্চা খাইচা লইয়া যাইতে পারবা, বাচ্চা খাইচারও এখানে বিভিন্ন অ্যাক্টিভিটিস আছে, যেমন ছোটো ছোটো বাচ্চা যারা আছে এরা লাগে যে ফেস পেন্টিং, এরপরে হেনা পেন্টিং, এরপরে ইউথ নিউইয়র্ক ইউথ অ্যাসোসিয়েশনে তারা ফুরুতাইন্তলাই কিছু অ্যাক্টিভিটিস রাখবো, যারা ফুটবল বালা পায় ফুটবল কোচ সকল থাকবা ফুরুতাইন্তরে ট্রেনিং করাইব। সো দিস ইজ দ্য মেইন রিজন হইল গিয়ারে যে আমরা এটা করার মেইন রিজন হইল গিয়ারে যেন ব্রিং এভরি ওয়ান টুগেদার, বিকজ আমরা খেয়েছি ও উপজেলা থেকে খেয়ে ও উপজেলা থেকে আর ওই কিতা যেমন অনেক সময় আমি আমার উপজেলার মানুষও আমি জানি না। সো এর লাগে আর হয়তো একে অন্যরে জানতে পারবা। আর আমরা জানি যে অনেক ভাইয়ের অনেক দূর দূর থেকে আইবা, অনেক ভাই হলে আমরা লগে যোগাযোগ করছেন। সো অনেক মানুষ সকল আইব। সো বেসিক্যালি একে অন্যর লগে কমিউনিকেট করা আর সকলের রুটর লগে একটা কানেক্টেড করা।
ঠিক আছে, ইনশাআল্লাহ। So there you have it, viewers. Lots of opportunity to do things. Now, আমরা তো both guest high আইছেন, so let's start with our colleagues from Bishnath. What are your thoughts on the Upazila? Obviously, you guys are the current Upazila football champions. What do you think about the Noka Festival? Is something different? Khalis bhai, come slow.
Noka Festival is obviously it's a new concept for us. From where we are, we don't have a lot of water around us, so I guess some of the other Upazilas might be in a better position than us, but inshallah we want to make this opportunity to be part of a unique event. So we're hopeful we'll do well, but it's all about fun and a family gathering for us.
Absolutely. Let's pass it on to another Upazila. Okay, let's have someone from Silet Shodor. Assalamualaikum bhai sahab balani.
ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম, ভালো আছি, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
আপনারা কিতা মনে করেন আপনারা চান্স নৌকা পাইছো?
ইনশাআল্লাহ আমি আমার সদর উপজেলাবাসীর পক্ষ থেকে ধন্যবাদ জানাই আমার বড় ভাই যারা আয়োজক এত সুন্দর একটা অনুষ্ঠান। এই কোভিডও লাগি আমরা বিভিন্ন তাত যাইতাম পারছি না, এনজয় করতাম পারছি না। ইনশাআল্লাহ আমরা 1 আগস্ট যাইমু, সবরে দাওয়াত দিমু এই নৌকা বসে যাওয়া লাগি। কারণ আমার বাড়ি সিলেট সদর, নদীর পাড়ু, সুরমা নদীও আমার কাছে, সেঙ্গর কালো কাছে, ছোটোবেলায় তাই নৌকা বাইস দিকে বড় হইস। আমার লাইফের সবচেয়ে এনজয়েবল ওটা, আমি খুব ভালোবাসি নৌকা বাইস। আমরা এলাকার বিভিন্ন নৌকা আছিল। আর গতকাল একটা নিউজ দেখলাম, বালাগঞ্জ একটা নৌকা তৈরি হয়েছে কাঠর 49 হাত লম্বা। আমার দেখকে আমার কাছে খুব বেশি ভালো লাগছে। ইউটিউবে সবাই মারলে দেখতে পারবা। আমরা সদরও জালালাবাদ ইউনিয়ন মোগলগাঁও একটা গ্রাম আছে, তারা নৌকা বাইসলাই বিখ্যাত। তারাও দেখছি 45 হাত লম্বা একটা নৌকা বানাইছে। আমার দেশও প্রতিযোগিতা ওর সিজন এখন আমরাও যাইমো এখন নৌকা বাইছো, সবরে দাওয়াত দিমু 1 তারিখ আমরা ফেস্টিভ্যালে অংশগ্রহণ করা লাগি। আজকের যারা আয়োজক, বিশেষ করে ওয়ান টিভির অশেষ ধন্যবাদ। আমি আমার পক্ষ থাকি, সিলেট সদরবাসীর পক্ষ থাকি আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Walaikum salam. Let's go on to anyone from Gulabganj.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম
Salam. Balasuni.
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো আছি
Afnara khobor kita Nauka Vice Festival আর after participate করছেন in the past. Have you taken part in anything like this before?
না আমিও কোনোদিন পার্টিসিপেট করছি না না বা অ্যাজ গোলাপগঞ্জ উপজেলা we haven't participated in such an event but we are very much looking forward to the event and obviously it's a fun day out for everybody and the kids but in the same time we have to be very competitive যে জায়গা উপজেলার নাম আইও then I think we all get a bit competitive. So it is very new event for us. Hopefully we'll be looking to participate and find our players. So আমরা যখন গোলাপগঞ্জ ভাই নল খেউ তা হইন আইবা আপনারা 1 তারিখ ফেলো পড়ারো আর ইনশাআল্লাহ সবাই আইয়া জয়েন করবা আর it will be a fun day out.
And obviously আপনারা তো খুশিয়ারা নদীর খান্দাত. So you guys have you guys probably have some experience. Do you think there are many rowers out there? Because football, you know, when we do a football competition, it's easy to find. But আপনারা কোনো hidden talent আছে নি মনে করেন that are out there?
Well, some part of Gulafganj Kushiera Fare আছে আর কিছু part is not near the Kushiera but because it's the first year and you know it's getting out to the older wider people is quite hard. So inshallah next year or the forthcoming year or inshallah we'll team up with a good team but Ibaraki will just participate and see how we go.
And definitely, and that's what it's about actually. Viewers of all, this festival, yes, there's a upuzila competition element, but actually look, আমরা সব লকডাউনে আসলাম ফুরুতেন্দ্র লোকে সময় দেওয়া গেছে না like Babul Bhai said a lot of us don't spend time with our children and families and this is one of the only few events that are out there আমরা sure family হিসাবে we can go with all the generations to do something together that's linked to our tradition. So I think let's all utilize the opportunity and take part. It's a great venue, there's lots of activities as the guests will come on to. Amdar Satokor Asuni khel.
Not yet.
Okay, what about let's move on to Dirai? Dirai? Assalamualaikum bhai, Balasuni.
Ji, Assalamualaikum bhaiya. Thank you very much and also big thank you to the organizers. Actually, this is this is something new and I'm from Dirai, as you all probably know, like Dirai এলাকা হইলো বেশিরভাগ বাটি অঞ্চল and plus আমরা in terms of travel wise আমরা বেশিরভাগ now the use করা লাগে so inshallah I'm looking forward to this and we are all looking forward to this actually for this fantastic events and বিশেষ করে আমরা যখন দিরাইর বাসী খেজুন দিকে তখন ইনশাআল্লাহ সবাই আইবা আর সবার দাওয়াত রইল on the 1st of August at Fellop Water.
So would it be fair enough to say you guys should be one of the favorites?
Definitely.
So challenges out there, but
Yes.
as you heard, the Dirai brothers are very confident. The challenge is out there. They've got the experience. They know how the boats work, and they're very confident. I know Dirai traditionally is one of the smaller upazilas to have participants. So kunu viewers within that you're from Dirai. I know a few of you. I've worked with some of you guys in Docklands and Tower Hamlets. You need to come out and support your upazila because they need you. Remember, this isn't a football competition. This is Noka Vice, and you can represent not only in the Noka race, there's the Longi race, Carrom Boat Festival, and Tug of War. So come and support Dirai in this Noka Festival next week. Let's move on. Which other upazilas do we have? Anyone from Hobbyganj?
Second segment.
Okay. Anyone else from Biani Bazar or Silet Shodor? Done. Okay. Let's go to Usmani Nogor.
Is money here?
No one.
No.
It's coming in a second.
Okay. Let's go. Thank you. So we've got a lot more guests coming, joining us. As you know, there's been torrential flooding. It's taking a bit of time to get the audience here. So thank you to everyone who's been here and thank you to the viewers who are with us. After our show, stay with us and you'll see a lot more activities. Let's move back to Rinkubai. So Afnara to hoisen time limit and it's going to be doubles. Is there anything Tara Kuchu Nize strike anto ibani na Afnara shop to provide korba?
Good question. I said that everyone have their own striker. So it's open. You can bring your own striker. I would advise them to bring their own striker. Because as you know, if you don't have your own striker, you can't play well.
That's right.
Especially the professional ones, they have their own striker. I request everyone to bring their own striker. Rest will provide. The powder, the coins and everything will be there.
Fantastic. So, Zudin Khaud Nizar Dinishtahe, come with your stuff, come with your special tools to win. If you don't, the organizers will have equipment available for you to use. Babul Bhai, in terms of the benefit to the community, about people getting together, actually mental well-being and mental satisfaction and manushar mind, a lot of people are getting into a negative dip because of COVID, locked up, both dindori. আপনারা মনে করেন যে এই ধরনের অ্যাক্টিভিটি করলে মানুষের মেন্টাল একটা রিলিফ হয়
ডেফিনেটলি কারণ হইল গিয়া এখন বেসিক্যালি একটা জিনিস যেমন আমরা এই দেশে যত এখন এফেক্ট বাড়ের কোভিড তার বাদেও কিন্তু ডেথ রেটটা অনেক কম আছে হসপিটালাইজেশন মানুষ কম আমরা আশা করলাম যে আস্তে আস্তে আরও ভালো হইতো আর মেন্টালি আসলেও এখন দেখা যায় অনেক ক্ষেত্রে আমরা দেখছি যে মেন্টালি মানুষ অনেক স্ট্রেস আছে কারণ ফাইন্যান্সিয়ালি ফিজিক্যালি গরো বইতে এক জায়গার মাঝে বইতে অনেক সময় টেলিভিশন দেখতে মাথার মাঝে বেদনা করে সো এখন তো মনে করো এক সপ্তাহ হয়েছে সব একবারে কমপ্লিটলি সফলতা তারা খুলছে সো আমি সকলেও রিকোয়েস্ট করবো যে 12 কাগর থাকি 12 আস্তে আস্তে আমরা যদি এখন দেখা যায় কোভিড আছে যাইতো না থাকবো বাট উই হ্যাভ টু লিভ উইথ দিস এনিওয়ে যতও তারা দেখা যায় যে অনেক জায়গা থেকে মাস্ক পরা মানে তোমার ইচ্ছা ফিনতে পারে তার বাদেও মানুষে ফিনদে অনেক মানুষে এখনও হাত মেলায় না পাঁচ মারে বুঝছেন তো এগুলা মেন্টালি একটা জিনিস আমরা মাইন্ডের মাঝে হামাই গেছে আর এগুলা থাকবো বাট আমরা আস্তে আস্তে ওলাখান বারোই আইতাম এগুলা থেকে আর
Definitely. Thank you, Babul Bhai and Rinku Bhai, for joining us for the first segment and for the wonderful work you do. We look forward to seeing you next week during the festival itself. TV1 viewers, we're going to do the draw soon. The 10 upazilas that are taking part in the Nokabais are Gulabganj, Bishnat, Satoh, Dirai, Usmaninagar, Biani Bazar, Molai Bazar, Silet Shodor, Hobbyganj and Balaganj. So after the break, we're going to have some more guests joining us. We're going to have some more discussion with the audience and we're going to do the live draw. So we'll see you after the break. Assalamu alaikum viewers, welcome back to One Sports Noka Festival Special. As here we're talking about the Noka Festival that will take place on Sunday the 1st of August next week. By this time next week we're going to have the Upazila Noka Festival champions. Who could it be? We've got 10 Upazilas taking part. Gulafganj, Bishnat, Satoh, Dirai, Usmaninagar, Biani Bazar, Maulavi Bazar, Silet Shodor, Hobbyganj and Balaganj. I wonder who it could be. We've got lots of viewers with us today in the audience, participants. We've had exciting challenges from some of the oppositors who are very strong and others who are just in it to take part with their friends and families. We've also got two new guests talking about this festival with us. One of the joint organizers of this event, Anfar Ali Bhai. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show.
Assalam. Thank you for having me, Jawad bhai.
And also to my right is the secretary of the 50 Active Club and one of the committee members for the Noka Festival, Saeed Salik Bhai. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. So let's start with Anfar Bhai. Obviously, it's such a big event that you're putting on next week for the community. Afnara, what are the activities? What is the plan for the day? Why don't you go through some of those things?
Okay, Noka Festival, something for everyone, all gender, all age, family event. Really looking forward to the day, especially being a difficult time for the past year and a half. It's an opportunity for everyone to come and enjoy the day.
We'll go through more of those in a second. I've just got a question that's bugging me. Salik Bhai, we were talking about the 50 Active before, and it's about mental health and well-being. Do you think a lot of the traditional generations, that are the first generation, second generation, do you think you're going to get a lot of those people coming? Because you know the Noka Bikes is one of those things that are do you think that's an age group that you can target, or what are your plans to engage the older generation?
I think, inshallah, I think that's one of our aim, to actually target the older generation so that they obviously know what Noka race is. And we're hoping that the older generation will come, but not only the older generation, we're hoping that they bring along the whole family, because the event is really, it's a festival, it's for the whole family to enjoy. And that's what it's all about. I think it's giving the whole family that opportunity that they can actually come and enjoy the day. And not only that, I mean, it is for the older generation, where they can actually rekindle some of the memories that they had, you know, in the younger days. So now, you know, it's connecting to that. But not only that, it's also the younger generation. I think they can share some of their experiences and say, you know, this is what we used to do in the past, and you know, we have it here, and what we want is you to enjoy it. But on top of that, there's also other things that they can actually connect with.
Definitely, and I think this is one of the things that I wanted to ask the audience. Amdarto, we have senior people and younger people. So let's start with one of the younger brothers from Silet Shodor, Hafizur Rahman Bablubai. Afnara to Silet Shodor, you've got obviously younger people and older people. Afnara kita monokhron, what will be the makeup of your team?
Assalamu alaikum. First things, big thank to TV1. আসলে টিম তো এলবি আমি যেটা মনে করি প্রবাসের মাটিতে আমরা লাগে বহুত বড় একটা বিষয়, আর আমরা যারা মুরব্বিয়ান যারা এটা স্টার্ট করছেন, আশা করি এটা অবভিয়াসলি আমি বিলিভ করি, আই হোপ ইজ উইল বি নাইস অ্যান্ড সকলে এটা পার্টিসিপেট করবা। আর আমরা টিম আমি মনে করি আমরা স্ট্রং, বিকজ আমরা সুরমা ফারার মানুষ, এটা আমি বিলিভ করি। আর আমরা লাগে মতইবা আমরা উইন করবো ইনশাআল্লাহ। আর সবরে ইনভাইট করবো 1 August সকল থাকতে আমরা লগে, আর এটা ইনশাআল্লাহ দেখব ইনশাআল্লাহ। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ।
আপনার লাগি একটা আমার স্পেশাল কোয়েশ্চন আছে, because one of the things that happens, viewers, with the Upazila Cup, to take part for your Upazila, it has to be by your birthright or by where your parents are from. But sometimes people also have a basha in Silet, and আপনারা তো Silet Shodor. That means you guys have an advantage. অনেক মানুষে সিলেটও ভাষা আছে, দেশের বাড়িও আছে। So what do you advise people to play for the place where they were born, or for you guys where they have the basha?
Question. But মনে করি আমি যেটা মনে করি যারা বাসার তখন স্টিল এরাও আমরা মানুষ, আর যারা আমরা গ্রামও আছি আমরা তো অবভিয়াসলি আমরা সদরের মানুষ, তো আমরা সবরে নিয়েও চাই এটা করতাম বা সপ্তাহ ঠিক আছে আল্লাহ
Definitely.
Jenny.
Viewers, obviously we just want you to take part. You can take part wherever you're from. If you're from Molay Bazar and you have a basha, you can participate for Molay Bazar Shodor. If you have a basha in Sylhet, you can represent Shodor. If you have your Upazila where you're originally from, you can also take part in that team as well. So you've got lots of choices. Just turn up on the day with your family and I'm sure you'll have an enjoyable time. Anfar Bhai, let's come back to you now and let's talk about the event again and what is the plans for the day?
Plan is to entertain everyone because it's been a difficult time for everybody. It's an opportunity for everyone to come and enjoy the day out. At the same time, teach our youngsters about our heritage, our history of Bangladesh. On the day, we have absolutely fan-packed day. So much to go through on the day. I think the first segment we already talked about what we have. We have things like harem competition, Upazila based. At the same time, we will have a charity based one, longer race, tug of war. These are, but our main focus will be on the Noka race because it's Upazila based and it's something new for Londoners. Often Noka bice happens outside of London's, and this is something for local and is opportunity again for everyone to enjoy. At the same time, we have stalls. The stalls we want to again is something that we want to touch on our heritage, and from back home we miss things like when we went to Amela, we miss Sanasur stores. So this is what we done. We have Sanasur stall, we have pan stalls, we have things like achar stalls. So there'll be things like from tetoi to all that typical what we like on a hot nice day. So something for everybody, something for everybody. At the same time, we have on site we have aqua park. We have our soft play center for the youngsters. And we have our partners, New Walk. They will be entertaining the young kids from the age of 6 till up to 15. They will children can take part in playing football, badminton, and other activities. So it's going to be packed day with entertainment, inshallah.
And it's the great thing is it's a free event, viewers. Afnara Zarat Aso in East London or even from outside, come down. It's the holidays now. Come with your family, spend it. There's parking facilities. It's a beautiful country park. It's in a great location and it's free and you've got a lot to take part in, as Anfar Bhai mentioned. We've got a special guest with us on the line. So this person, he's joining us from far afield, he's joining us from abroad, but he's a person who's been organizing Noka Bice festivals for many years, very experienced, from Dragon Boat events. Roger Irwin. Roger, are you on the line with us?
Good evening to you. Bonjour from France, and salam alaikum to you all in the studio.
Thank you, Roger. It's really great to hear from you. I know you're in France, and thank you for taking your time out to join us today. Now, I will be brief. Obviously, we've got a fantastic event coming up next week, and you've done this for many times. Tell us a little bit about Dragon Boat Racing, how it works, how many people need to be in the boat, and what can people expect?
Can I first pay my greatest congratulations to the 50 active organisers for everything that they've done in pulling this event together. It's a magnificent event. As you say, I've been involved in it since it came into the UK, delighted to do so, and the organisers, they've done a great job. Everybody that turns up on the day, I'm sure, will want to double the numbers next year. So that's the advert out of the way. Let me tell you a little bit about dragon boating and jump in anytime you like. Is that okay for you?
Yep. So in terms of some of the questions that we had from some of our participants and guests, in the boat itself, it's 16 people plus a drummer, isn't it?
That's right. The optimum or maximum number is 16 paddlers. I heard you. I've got a live feed on my laptop, so I'm able to watch the program, but there's a bit of a delay on it, I think. So I could see the lovely people in the audience, and I'm looking to see who the winners might be on the day. So 16 is the optimum. You can have less. But what we obviously like is for the organisers to decide the numbers and to stick to it. So 16 plus a drummer is a good number, and the steerer, the helmsperson, is always one of our professional people making up the team.
Fantastic. So nobody's going to crash into each other and try and sabotage each other, which is good to
Well,
know. So let's talk about the format. So is it, strictly speaking, a race system where the winners go through to the next round, or is it via time?
Okay. I've listened to I can see people laughing already. Our competition is about family. It is about family. You've mentioned that. The festival is about family. And the competition is meant to be an experience for people who are going to improve during the day. So unlike a lot of competitions, it is not a knockout. That's the important thing. Each team will race 3 times on the day against different teams in the competition. You're going to do a live draw shortly, and that will determine who races. We have no idea who the good teams are, who the slightly slower teams might be. The important thing is you do not arrive on the day and lose your first race and go home. You will have, it's a day's activity for the family. You will get 3 races with a break in between the competition for you to have a rest, enjoy the music, enjoy the festival. At the end of the 3 rounds of racing, what we do is each race you get a time, and that time is used. Now, the important thing is your single teams will improve at a different rate. So the important thing is the teams that put the fastest single time in, not cumulative, not all 3, the fastest single time of the day for that team will be put on a list, and the 3 teams that post the single fastest time will go into a grand final. Now, there's a very important part here for you to understand. If you could potentially win all 3 of your races and still not make a final, it's the way the competition works. Realistically, with the numbers you have, a team that won all 3 races should make the final, okay? But the other thing is important, which is what makes this such a brilliant activity, is that right up until the last race, anybody can win, anybody can succeed. That's the brilliance of it. So the 3 single fastest times, they enter a grand final. All the times are then out the window, and at that point, it's first past the post. So in the final, 1, 2, and 3, first past the post gets gold, second gets silver, and third gets the bronze medals. Beautiful medals we have, and there will be a superb cut glass trophy provided, folks, with us, with the 50 active organisers, and that trophy will go to the winning team. I'm sure that will throw up some questions from your live audience, and I'm here to answer if I can.
Thank you, Roger. So viewers and our audience members, I can see some people in the audience. So let's go to Riaz Bhai from Gulafganj. Apne to shunjoin. It doesn't matter, even last race for Zonto, Zara fast time post horoin, even they can get to the final. So what do you think about the setup? Is a format? It's not just about winning, it's about time. After kita monohon intershunde.
Thank you very much. I mean,
okay, if you're back to me, this formula has been developed over many years. As I say, I've been going now for nearly 30 years. I was with the Sports Council, was part of the mechanism that brought the sport into the UK. I've been actively promoting it. I've worked in London. I've worked with ethnic minorities, developed with Bangladeshi, Indian, and the like. And the important thing, as I say, with this activity, it is for everybody. That's important. 50 plus, under 50, whatever. And the concept, as I say, has been developed that teams will improve on their racing, and right up, as you quite rightly say, until the last race of the day, any individual any team within that group can qualify, and that's what makes the sport exciting.
Definitely. Thank you, Roger. I'm going to go to one of our team organizers from Gulabganj. Riyaz Bhai from Gulabganj, what do you think about?
Thank you. প্রথমত আমি থ্যাংক ইউ দিতাম 50 রে যে আমরা উপজেলা ভিত্তিক যে একটা অর্গানাইজ করছেন তারা এটা ভেরি ডিফিকাল্ট টু অর্গানাইজ এবং ইভেন আমরা যে ইন্ডিভিজুয়াল করিয়ার এটা আমরা লাগিও একটা ডিফিকাল্ট শর্ট টাইমের ভিতরে এই ধরনের ইভেন্ট আমরা প্রথম আমি মনে হয় লন্ডন প্রথম ওয়ার যে গেট টুগেদার আমরা যেমন এমনি চিনি অনেক আমরা চিনি কার বাড়ি কোন জায়গা জানতাম না কিন্তু না আমরা অ্যাটলিস্ট জানতাম পারমু যে কার বাড়ি কোন জায়গা বা কোন জায়গা থেকে আইসন আর একটা জিনিস আমি বেসিকলি ফ্রম গোলাপগঞ্জ আমরা দুইটা নদীর মাঝখানেও আমরা কিন্তু গোলাপগঞ্জ একটা হলো কুশিয়ারা আর একটা হলো সুরমা তো আমার তো একটা জোতা যে আমরা দুইটার এক্সপিরিয়েন্স আছে দুই সাইটর আমরা একটা গুড টিম দিতাম পারবো
Definitely, thank you. Is there any questions from any of the team organizers for Roger? Yes, we have a question from the front.
Roger, thank you for coming.
Mike.
So, Roger, thank you for coming and answering a few questions and enlightening us on how the...
Can I just stop you? I'm just having a little bit difficulty hearing. I can hear the commentator. I can't hear the question.
Okay. Oh, so thank you, Roger, for coming today and giving us a brief of how the competition works. Just wanted to know what's the distance or what's the length of the race?
Okay, right. Brilliant, excellent question. Lots of people will be concerned about their physical fitness and their ability. Dragon boating is the perfect sport for everybody. If I tell you, a little bit technical, if I tell you that the activity is aerobic, and what aerobic means is that it is suitable for non-athletes, so somebody who, I'm going to say smoking, somebody who smokes regularly can participate. I won't suggest alcohol because that may be a strict no-no, but anybody who isn't an athlete can compete. And the race distance is 200 metres. That will seem like a very long way or a very short way, depending on how you look at it. What it actually means is that novice teams, within that distance of 200 metres, we get a very close pairing in the racing. So the racing is exciting to watch. You don't get one team 50 metres behind. Over 200 metres, everybody works well. And if you're my age, after a race, you may want to go and have a lie down in a dark room, but you will be ready again for the next race. 200 metres, aerobic, which means non-athletes absolutely can be outstanding in this event.
Fantastic. Thank you, Roger. Couple more questions that we had. So do people need to know how to swim because it's on the water, or will they have suitable life jackets and all of those things?
Okay, we could have scripted this between us, you and I, because you're asking absolutely all the right questions, and that's brilliant. Our requirement is that people should be happy and comfortable in water. So if you're quite happy in the bath on a Friday night and you're playing with your yellow duck or whatever it is in the bath, that's absolutely fine. We ask you to be comfortable in water. If in fact you were in the water, it's a boating activity, it's not a swimming activity, then we failed you. We failed you to start with. So the logic is, we want you to be comfortable. We will provide you with a life jacket, which is to the full EU standard. So if you were unfortunate enough to find yourself in the water, you will be supported. We have an excellent rescue team. We have a great big, we have rescue boats and everything. And our norm for people that are in the water, if the boat was to capsize, we would have everybody back in the safety boat and on the shore within 3 minutes. That's our word to you all.
Fantastic. And is there an age restriction?
Hopefully not, because if there was, I might be out of it as well. There is a lower age restriction, and the lower age restriction is a recommended one, and it is 12 years of age. Now, the reason we say 12 years of age is that because quite often a son, a daughter, or whatever, may want to be put on the drumming position, very important position. The reason we say 12 is that physiologically, the build, the size of the child, means that they have to be able to place their feet. They're on a seat at the front of the boat. They have to be able to place their feet on the deck and therefore maintain stability. If they can do that, and they're below 12 years of age, and the family, the parents or whatever, are happy for that child to participate, that's fine. At the upper limit, we say there is no limit. So 50 plus, 50 active, those are youngsters. Those are youngsters in this sport, Come one, come all. We're looking forward to meeting with you all and participating. No upper age limit.
Thank you, Roger. We're all looking forward to seeing you and your team. Dragon Boat events are one of the most professional organizations that have been doing this for many years. So I'm sure we're going to have a great experience with your team on the day. So we all look forward to seeing you, and thank you for joining us from France this evening. Hopefully have a safe trip, and we look forward to seeing you all next week.
I look forward to it as well. I'm probably in control, so I look forward to seeing and meeting as many of you as possible. And we all look forward to a wonderful, wonderful, safe day. Thank you very much for speaking to me.
Thank you, Roger. I'm going to come back to Salik Bhai. Obviously, Afnara, in terms of the 50 active, what are your plans, other plans in terms of, is this the start of something, or are you planning more activities? Where are you hoping to take this?
Yeah, very good question. I mean, obviously, this is the first year of the Noka Festival, and obviously the thinking behind it, obviously, I think, Mawlai mentioned earlier, that is to actually get the whole family involved, and that was the reason behind it, because I think in the past we found ourselves just singularly doing things on our own. So now, it's kind of getting the whole family involved. I think for the people's mental and well-being, I think that's one of the things that we need to focus on. So this is one of the projects. I think right now what we're doing is we're testing the waters. We want to see how things go this season, and then what we will do, we will sit down and see where we can actually take it. Inshallah, I mean, we're very, very, very hopeful that this will be a very successful event, and the local community and the wider community will come and will enjoy themselves, and hopefully we will get a lot of feedback, and then hopefully we'll sit down and we'll make decisions exactly where we want to take it.
Fantastic. Viewers obviously আপনারা তো জানেন আসলে বাঙালি এমন কোনো বেশি activity হয় না for everyone, for the community, and to have someone like Roger Irwin, আপনারা সবাই মনে হয় you might not know who he is, Sir Steve Redgrave, the 5-time Olympic champion. Roger, Sir Steve Redgrave লগে কাম করছে. So these are the caliber of people that these organizers are bringing for the Bangladeshi community to meet, to learn from. So I think it's a great opportunity, and after a show, if you're free, come down on the day. It will be a magnificent event, and it will be really nice to see you all. We're going to go for a short break, so thank you, Salik Bhai, for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you at the event. Viewers, stay with us, and we'll see you soon. Noka Festival special. You guys have seen a lot of discussion about the Noka Festival. We were joined by Roger Irwin from Dragon Boat Events, one of the mentors of Sir Steve Redgrave. Now we're going to move on to the draw. In this segment, we're going to find out who's going to play against each other in the festival itself. So in segment of the draw, we've got 10 upazilas taking part. আমি আপনারা সবাই রিমাইন্ডার দেই গোলাপগঞ্জ, বিশ্বনাথ, সাতক, দিরাই, উসমানীনগর, বিয়ানীবাজার, মৌলভীবাজার, সিলেট সদর, Hobbygonj and Balagonj. They're the 10 upazilas taking part. Before we do the draw, we have a new guest who's joined us for the show, and he's come from all the way from Birmingham. So we're really delighted to have him with us. He's from Hobbygonj Upazila, Habibullah Bhai. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us from Birmingham. So Habibullah Bhai is going to help do the draw with Anfar Bhai. Before we start the draw, we're just going to recap on the format. The way it will work, doshta team number aibo. The first team will be team 1, the second team will be team 2, team 3, team 4 and so on. These teams are then going to be going into the schedule of fixtures, and each team will play against other teams throughout the day. As Roger mentioned, even in the last race, Afnezuddin fast time post korte paroin, you can still reach the final, because the finalists will be determined by the fastest 3 times of the day. So Zudin Amra, for example, if Usmaninagar posts a slow time in the first 2 races, and in the last race they can post one of the top 3 times, they can still qualify for the final. So everyone has a chance until the last race. That is the beauty of this event. So without further ado, I think we should start the draw. So if we could have one at a time, and starting with Anfar Bhai, if you could do the honors, let's get the first team out of the hat.
I will do the honor. Thank you. Right. I'm guessing first one is going to be Bishnath.
And let's hold it out.
Wow. The potential champions. Dirai.
Dirai. Camera Bhai, let's show it on the camera, please. Thank you, Dirai. The first team to be drawn is Dirai, and Dirai did say they've got a lot of experience in this sector, and they think they should have a good team, and I think they are one of the favorites.
Okay.
Let's move to the next team, Habib Bhai. Team 2.
Okay. Team 2 in anticipation. I got a feeling it's going to be Usmani. No, Maulvi Bazar.
Maulvi Bazar.
Oh, wow.
There we go. Maulvi Bazar is team 2. Let's leave that on the side. Thank you. The second team to be drawn is Maulvi Bazar. Let's go on to the team 3, Anfar Bhai. This will be team number 3.
Okay. Balagonj.
Balagonj. Team number 3 is Balagonj, right on the Kushiara River. Balagonj. Formerly part of Usmaninagar was part of Balagonj, and then they split, and there's 2 separate upazilas. So team 3 was Balagonj. If we could have team 4, please.
See who it is. You won't believe this. Usmaninagar.
Usmaninagar. There we go. We were talking about it. Usmaninagar is team 4. So while we're on Usmaninagar, we have the team manager and coordinator for Usmaninagar with us. A little bit about Usmaninagar. When the Upazila Cup first started, they were the first time joint champions with Balagonj because it was one Upazila. The following year, they won it again. And then the next 2 years, they were in the final. So they've been in the final 4 times out of the 5. That puts a lot of pressure. Nashir Bhai, Afnara to, let's have the mic for Nashir Bhai. Nashir Bhai, Afnara to very hot in football. Noka Bhai so kita mono koroin. What do you think? Or Salik Bhai?
Brother Nashir has just passed the microphone to me, so I'm going to quickly just say a few words. Obviously, we have a very good track record in football, but I think one thing, we all have to be very clear, this is not football, this is Noka Bhais. So a completely different field. But in saying that, I'm very confident, and we have a very, very confident team who are looking forward to this competition. So, yeah, I'm very hopeful, and I think we can get through, hopefully, very easily.
Thank you very much. So there you have it. So as I said, like Salik Bhai just mentioned, it's not just about the footballers. This is about anyone in the community. Come down with your children. As Roger mentioned, as long as they're tall enough, to fit in the boat, and they're confident they can take part. So it's a great family event. Let's move to team number 5.
All right, team number 5.
Hobbyganj.
Hobbyganj, there we go. So, Habib Bhai, Hobbyganj has been drawn as team number 5.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
Bit nervous.
Inshallah, we'll see what that means later on. What's team number 6?
Biani Bazar.
Biani Bazar. Now, Biani Bazar tend to be one of the big upazillas. They've got a lot. There's a big community. They tend to have a lot of crowd. They're not here with us today, but Biani Bazar. Do we have any representatives from Biani? I'm sure there's someone from Biani Bazar here in the audience. I see a brother from Biani Bazar. Let's get the mic to him at the front, please. Shabnadi, just at the front on the. So this brother's from Biani Bazar. After Biani Bazar, after the Biani Bazar Manu. Not from the team, but from Biani Bazar itself. Kita mano kharin after situation.
Assalamualaikum. আমরা আসলে বিনিয়োগদার কুশিয়ারা নদী থেকে প্রায় আমার বাড়ি থেকে প্রায় 2.5 মাইল দূর কুশিয়ারা নদী। আমরা ছোট থাকতে এমনি দেখছি নৌকাবাজ জানি ভালো লাগু। 10 বছর আগে আমি আমার বাড়িতে আসলাম তখন নৌকাবাজ হয়েছিল আপনার সুরমাত কানারিঘাট। তখন আমি গেছিলাম আমার খুব ভালো লাগছে, খুব সুন্দর লাগছে বুঝছেন। নৌকাবাইজের একটা জিনিস হচ্ছে খুব মজা লাগে। সব এই গেমও ফুটবল হোক বা ক্রিকেট হোক বা একটা আলাদা আলাদা ইয়ে থাকে। নৌকাবাইজও আপনার গানও থাকে, বাজনাও থাকে, এরপরে বাইসা হলে বাইঞ্জা সুন্দর লাগে। এই সময় আরও বেশি মজা লাগে, ভালো লাগে খুব বেশি। তাই আমি মনে করি আশা মানে সুন্দর হইব। আর আমি সব মানুষের ইনভাইট করি আর যে এখন আইবার লাগি দেখবার লাগি নয়াভাবে আমরা একটা করছি আমরা কমিউনিটির মাঝে একটা নয়া লন্ডনের মাঝে। তো আশা করি সকল আইতা আমি মনে করি আমরাও উইন করবো আশা করি। কারণ যদিও কম পাওয়া জানি এরপরেও কিছু গান বাজনার শক্তি থাকলে সবার উৎসাহ থাকলে আশা করি উইন করতাম। থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ।
Thank you. So that was Biani Bazar team number 6. We've got 4 more teams to go. Team number 7.
I so desperate want to pick Bishanath.
Bishanath.
Gulabganj.
Gulabganj. Gulabganj is team number 7. Let's go to team number 8.
Bishnath.
Bishnath.
Sato.
Sato.
Sato. We had some Satok brothers here. We do have a Satok brother here. I think one of the organizers from Team Sato, Sanu Miyabai. What do you think about Satok's prospects? Satokoro besta kita apnara mone koren niden chance ase.
Assalamualaikum. We're in it to win it, so inshallah we'll see on the day.
There you go. Confident. Satok are definitely confident.
It's size that matters.
Fantastic. So, Sab, there we have team number 8. Team number 9.
Team number 9. Oh, yeah. The current champion. You were talking about champions. This is the current champions in football. So, yeah, no
Bishnath.
pressure.
And obviously, viewers, Afnara, you don't need to guess where Anfarbai is from, obviously. He's from Bishnath. So, Bishnath is team number 9. And the last.
Shador.
Favorites.
Silet Shodor.
Silet Shodor. So there we have it. That's all the teams drawn. In the next segment, we will go into who faces who. So that's some interesting lineups potentially. Habib bhai, আমি যখন আপনার কাছে আপনি তো বার্মিংহাম থেকে আইছেন নৌকা ফেস্টিভ্যাল বার্মিংহাম ও অক্সফোর্ডও অনেক বছর ধরে ওর আপনারাও দেখছেন কিতা মনে করেন বার্মিংহামের মানুষ লন্ডনের নৌকা ফেস্টিভ্যাল আইবা বার্মিংহামের মানুষ দে হ্যাপি স্টিকিং টু বার্মিংহাম
First of all, assalamu alaikum and thank you for inviting us to this program, advertising this massive event. And I'm really excited. And I spoke to the organizers. Look, my family's coming down for the weekend. We're making a weekend of it. Wife, kids, everybody's coming. My nephew's in the audience. His wife and kids are coming as well. So yeah, alhamdulillah. I think the people that are followers of festivals like Nokobais and stuff, irrelevant of where it's held, they'll come. Like I'm a keen football player, I'll be honest with you. And a lot of people in the audience probably know my background is in football. We travel everywhere, all over, to play football. Likewise, those brothers and sisters that are passionate about Nokobais and everything else that comes with Nokobais, they will come. Inshallah, they'll come.
Fantastic. So we're hopeful that we're going to see lots of people from Birmingham, Leeds, Manchester, Oldham, Burnley next week at the NOCA Festival. So I'm just going to recap for the viewers who were the teams drawn in which order. So আপনারা লাগে আমি আবার রিক্যাপ করব কোন টিম ড্র হইছে। 1 নম্বর টিম আসলো দিরাই, 2 নম্বর মৌলভীবাজার, 3 নম্বর বালাগঞ্জ, 4 নম্বর উসমানীনগর, 5 নম্বর হবিগঞ্জ, 6 নম্বর বিয়ানীবাজার, 7 নম্বর গোলাপগঞ্জ, 8 নম্বর সাতক, 9 নম্বর বিশ্বনাথ and 10 নম্বর সিলেট সদর. They were the teams that were drawn. আপনারা স্ক্রিনও দেখতে পারদাই the team names. We're just going to show you the draw for the first round as well. আপনারা স্ক্রিনও দেখতে পারবাই. So the interesting matches up there going on. Dirai and Molaybazar in the first row. And the hot favourites Balagonj and Usmaninagar. আগে আসলে এখন উপজেলা এখন দুই হয়ে গেছে এখন ফানির মাঝে গিয়া দুই নৌকায় তারা রেস করবা to see who can beat each other. Hobbygonj and Bianibazar will be the third race. Gulafgonj and Sato fourth race, and Bishnat and Silet Shodor will be the fifth race in the first round. Second round, Usmaninagar will play Dirai, Molaybazar will play Balagonj, Sato vs Hobbygonj, Bianibazar vs Bishnat, and Silet Shodor vs Gulafgonj. And the final round will be Dirai vs Balagonj, Molaybazar vs Usmaninagar. That's a repeat of a previous final in football. Hobbygonj vs Bishnat, Bianibazar vs Gulafgonj, all two neighbours. That should be an interesting match. And Satok vs Silet Shodor. So that's the 3 rounds of matches. Shakodam, there'll be some interesting competition, and it will be nice to beat each other. But remember, viewers, it's not about winning the race, it's about the time you post. So as long as Manushar focus tik takhe, time post korat zain, and they don't try to beat their opposition, you've got a chance to reach the final. Let's go to our audience. The draw's been done. What do you guys think? Let's start with some of the representatives. Molaybazar?
No.
No? Where's our Dirai brother? The brother from Dirai who's very confident. Ekhon to draw, Faiso. What do you think, brother?
Now we're looking forward to actually. So actually we don't know until on that day, but we're more confident that yes, we can do it.
Silet Shodor bhai sahab, let's go to the Shodor team. I think it's an interesting draw.
I hope you আমরা সদরে ইনশাআল্লাহ আমরা কাপ নিমু কারণ আমরা নৌকা বাইসে অভিজ্ঞতা আছে আমরা সুরমা তো নৌকা বাইস করছি সেঙ্গরহাল আপনারা জানেন যে আপনাদের যে নদী আইছে এগুলো সবসময় আমরা নৌকা থাকে এখনো আছে আমরা বাংলাদেশের বিভিন্ন জায়গায় প্রতিযোগিতা যাই আমরা গত 2 বছর আগে আমরা নবীগঞ্জ একটা জায়গা সারা বাংলাদেশ তাই নৌকা আইছিল আমরা সদর নৌকা সেরা জিতে আইছি আমরা আহ্বানও জিতমু আশাবাদী আপনারা সমর্থন দিতা আপনারা প্রতি সুনজর রাখতা আর অশেষভাবে ধন্যবাদ জানাই যারা আয়োজক আপনারা যে লন্ডন এই পরিস্থিতির মধ্যে এত সুন্দর আয়োজন করছেন আমরা ইনশাআল্লাহ বিভিন্ন শহর আমরা যারা আত্মীয়স্বজন আছেন বন্ধু বান্ধব আছেন আমরা দাওয়াত দিতাম সবাইটা এখানে আইলে আমরা তারা কিলা মেহমানদারি করতাম পারি যারা তারা খুশি হয়ে যায় ব্যবস্থা করতাম ইনশাআল্লাহ আর আমার একটা প্রশ্ন আপনারা কাছে আমরা যারা নৌকা বাইমু আমরা লাই কোনো ব্রেক আছে নি কিছু খানি বা স্পেশাল কিছু আছে নি
আপনি নিজেও কইলেছেন উত্তর দিলাইছেন এটা আপনারা আমরা মেহমান
না যারা আইবা কইছি আমরা যারা নৌকা বাইমু কইছি
আপনি উত্তর দিছেন আপনার যারা এখানে অনুষ্ঠান আইবা প্রতিযোগিতা থাকুক আর আপনার অতিথি থাকুক সারা আপনারা মেহমান আমরা যতটুকু করণীয় আছে আমরা ইনশাআল্লাহ করব
জাযাকাল্লাহ ধন্যবাদ
There we have it. There'll be lots of food and it will be lots of fun on the day. Let's move on to Bishnat. Bishnat, let's get your views.
জি স্যার আমরা তো it's always football champions is a different matter. একটা তো আমরা ফানির মাঝে রেস করতাম বোটের মাঝে আমরা most important thing হলো unity. So আমরা 16 জনের রেস একটা মানে 16 পার্টিসিপেন্টের এক বোট. So our strength is friendship, unity, brotherhood. আর আমরা জেলা আমরা টিম রে ট্রাই ক্রিয়েট করবার লাগি আমরা ও স্ট্রেংথ আমরা ইউজ করবো এখন একটা আমরা ফার্স্ট করে আর লাস্ট করে আমরা অসুবিধা নাই আমরা বেস্ট জিনিস হচ্ছে যে আমরা ব্রাদারহুড মেনটেন হইব আর আরো যে 10 আরো যে 9 উপজেলার লোক আমরা রেস করবো তার লোক ফ্রেন্ডশিপ থাকতো আমরা আর ইনশাআল্লাহ আমরা তো উইনিং করার চেষ্টা করবো সো yeah we hopeful like the football.
There you go, viewers. That's what it's about. You know, it's about creating the bonds and the relationships and enjoying yourself, and whatever happens will happen. So it's a fantastic message from Bishnat. Gulafgonj, what are your thoughts?
Assalamu alaikum. Actually, the audience পাই নকলে আসলে তারা আসলে সবটা বুঝেন না খালিদের নাম শুনছে না মনে হয় বুঝছেন তো বিয়ার রাখলে সিনেন বসে খালিদের যারা নৌকা বাই and you know they're exceptional people exceptional rowers so এরা যারা মনে করে দিতেছি আসলে they got no chance
Challenges out there, people. Challenges out there. That's great.
Now, put the fun away. Actually, it's going to be a great day. People coming from all over the country, and you know, it'll be a good chance for everyone to meet each other. It'll be like a very good festival, and they'll come and enjoy themselves.
Definitely. And let's move on to Hobby Gonj. What are your thoughts? Because obviously, you guys. There's not too much water around where you guys are. So, Afnara Kidamano about your prospects.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, there isn't at the moment. But historically, the part of Hobbyganj we're from, Kushera used to come into there, and believe it or not, we used to have big ships that used to come more or less right back to by our village. And my grandfather told me that our village was well known for boat racing. We used to have, obviously now, as you say, it's dried up. There's hardly any water. But alhamdulillah, for us about participating, and I'm just going to echo what the brother from Bishnat said. And the brother from Gulab, when it's about having fun on the day, coming together as a community, uniting, you know, using Nokabais and all the other activities that can happen on the day as a platform for us to unite from, you know, Bengali community from and other communities from various parts of the UK come together. We as a community are going to showcase to everybody that comes what we're about. Yeah,
definitely.
And for us, yeah, of course we're going to compete. Everybody wants to win. You know, the best team on the day will win. But we want to participate, we'll enjoy, and for us, it's about learning and taking part as well. So inshallah, if we don't will this year, we'll do better next year. And it's a gradual improvement. And if I use a football analogy, you know, so far we participated 4 times. First time we were in the quarters, second time in the semis, third time we won it. We beat Usmani on penalties. So it's progression for us. You know, straight away you can't run. You have to walk, crawl, walk, and then run.
Definitely. And for in terms of the Upazila concept, obviously Doshta Upazila take part in this year. It's nice to see this year you've got 10. Future or after ambition kita with the Upazila format? Because I know there's other races which we'll talk about in the next segment. But what's the plans for this Upazila competition?
Well, first of all, Shara Upazila spirit dekha sobse bala lager. It's all about bringing the community together. I think alhamdulillah, although it's a long way to go, but we see the bright side of it. It's all coming together. I'm going to answer to Shohol Bhai into Khira Bishnator, Holo Khira Fanir Daro Daro boat. Amra Dorharo Bishnat, Amra Huknama de Doria, which is winning. That's winning part. In terms of event, alhamdulillah, it's just the beginning. My brother Saad Bhai said, this is just experiment, but it's a long way. There's so many more to come, inshallah. Not just Nokabais, but 50 active club in UK. We have really hard working people behind the scenes, and we're all coming together. Inshallah, there'll be different events every year. Not just Noka, but others as well. So yes, many more to come, inshallah.
Viewers, on the Upazila section itself, if there are people who are interested in tug of war, you can represent your Upazila for tug of war. So every Upazila is looking for 4 people for the tug of war section. If there's people interested in the Longi race, again, every Upazila is looking for participants for Longi race. So contact your Upazila representatives. And obviously we've mentioned the carom board competition. So if you think you're interested in carom board, then contact your Upazila representative or just turn up on the day, and I'm sure they'll try and see how they get you involved. So there's a lot of opportunity throughout the event. In terms of for the other children and other people coming on the day, will there be any Upazila activities, or will it just be general fun activities for them?
There will be so many general activities for everybody. But like we said, Upazila base are the ones, the Noka, the carom, the tug of war. But other activities, yes, they will be all, you know, everybody is welcome to take part in this. Like I said, this is just not about the Noka and who is going to win it. It's all about enjoying the day. And activities like, there's so much for young children as well. We might be busy watching the race for the Noka, but please bear this in mind. We have so many volunteers on the day. Our Muslim charity, our charity partner Muslim charity is, they'll be, you know, they're promising more than around about 50 volunteers on the day. So there'll be so many people looking after for each other, especially the young children. There'll be plenty of activities. New Work will do their activities as well. Yes, so something for everybody, something for everybody. And volunteer-wise, yes, we've taken the health and safety issues quite seriously. The risk assessment, so it's all in place. Just
That's
looking
right.
forward to the crowd.
And on the day, if you arrive viewers by car, there's a parking available for all day, which would be a attended car park. Central Line Fairlop station is nearby. It's very accessible by public transport as well, so for people around London. There's a lot of opportunity and lots of things to do on the day, so we really encourage you all to attend. We're going to go through some of the other activities in the final segment, but I think really, if you want to come down with your family, there's activities. If you're on your own and you want to come down, there's a great VIP section where you can get tickets, have an all-day, you know, there'll be food served, and watch the whole race from a really nice gallery within the pavilion. Look, there's lots going on. Before we leave, just quick last message from Nashir Bhai. After Birmingham community there, do you want to give a message to the community of Birmingham for this event?
I just want to invite all the Birmingham community. I think lots of people from Birmingham and from other parts of the UK went to the No Kabais Festival that happens in Birmingham today. I'm sure it was a really, really fun-filled, packed day. If you want to continue that and you want to continue with the enjoyment, please do come along on Sunday the 1st of August. Come and support the organisers. Come and see what's happening. Come and support the event. And I invite everybody from Birmingham to come and support all of the Upazilas that are taking part.
Thank you for coming from Birmingham to join us. We're going to go for a short break and then we'll see you for the last segment. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to TV1 One Sports Noka Festival Special. As you've seen today, for the last hour and a half, we've gone through a lot, met the organisers, met the Upazillas. Lots of people think they're favourites. Everyone wants to take the title home. We've spoken to one of the organisers of the Dragon Boat events, Roger Irwin, who was one of Sir Steve Redgrave's mentors. Now, in the final segment, we're going to talk to the people behind the event and some of the supporters and wrap up and get ready to welcome you for next week. I've got two new guests who've joined us. Rashid Ali Bhai, he's the event director. Assalamu alaikum, Rashid Bhai.
Assalamu alaikum, Jawar.
Thank you for joining us. And we've also got Sister Sabia Kamali, CEO of Sisters Forum, who are one of the partners of this competition. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show. So before we go through it all, I just want to remind all the viewers of the teams and the draw. Team 1 was Dirai, Team 2 was Molai Bazar, Team 3 was Balagonj, Team 4 was Usmaninagar, Team 5 was Hobbygonj, Team 6 was Biani Bazar, Team 7 was Gulafganj, Team 8 was Satoh, Team 9 was Bishnat, and Team 10 was Silet Shodor. We've got a couple of new representatives for those teams, and it'll be nice to get their views. I'm going to start with Hobbygonj, Fazlul Khan Bhai, who's just joined us from Hobbygonj. Do we have Fazlul Khan Bhai from Hobbygonj? Let's get the mic to him.
He's not here yet.
Let's get Shahjan Bhai from Usmaninagar. Shahjan Bhai, I've got some questions for you. Obviously, the first race, the way the draw came out is Usmaninagar against Balagonj. Now, obviously, you guys used to be one Upazilla. Now you're two separate Upazillas. Do you want to just stand up and just tell us a little bit about what your thoughts are of the day?
Assalamu alaikum. Well, it had to happen, didn't it? We're against them. It's like it's going to be a derby, but hopefully we won't crash into each other. But I think everyone will enjoy the day and then, learn something hopefully and just be a happy occasion.
Fantastic. Thank you, Shahzan Bhai.
Thank you.
We will have audience participation later. Let's now go to the main man, who was the event director and one of the people who put this event together with the team, Rashid Ali Bhai. Rashid Bhai, what was the inspiration to make this thing happen?
So the inspiration actually came because there's a recognition. We kind of 50 Active and some of the people I work with, we kind of recognize that our community is evolving as everything does, such as nature. We've now got first, second, third, and fourth generation Bangladeshis in this country, and as a result, if you look at our lifestyle, if you look at sort of our habits and sort of some of the things we do, they're changing, and that's natural and normal. But we wanted to find a way to ensure that we're able to celebrate our heritage, which is very important, certainly to the first, second generation Bangladeshis, and then also to connect with our roots as well. So this happens over many years, and everybody tries to connect to their roots. So this was the main sort of inspiration behind it. One of the core aspects of living in Bangladesh, and when I was young, I went pretty often to visit, and I always used to stay in my village. To this day, I still stay in my village. I don't stay in the towns because I find it much more peaceful there. And one of the aspects, one of the nicer aspects, was being able to sit on a boat and watch the boat races, because I couldn't see it from my sort of homestead, if you like. So this idea came about that we should do something which is authentic, something which comes from Bangladesh, and around that we should try and make everything linked to Bangladesh. So the stalls we have, we will have your pan stall, we will have your chanachur, we will have your coconut drink, not the ones you get from the packet, fresh ones, and fresh meaning fresh coconut chopped as you get in Bangladesh. So that was the inspiration, to try and find a way so that we can celebrate our heritage and connect with our roots. And most importantly, Jawar, I think the thing is, I've now got a young family. I want my boys to actually know what it's like to grow up in Bangladesh, what some of the cultural aspects are. And this will be a way for me to at least start the conversation. So for example, I'm from Usmaninagar, and my children, when they come to the event, will want to find out where that name came from, who Osmani is or was, what his role was in our independence war. And so that starts a conversation for me with my little ones, and I'm hoping that everybody else can do the same. And so it's something little that helps us to make that connection.
And what an idea, with the 50th anniversary of Bangladesh's independence, to organize an event like this, connecting to our heritage. I think it's just such a fantastic thing for the community, and I think it's something that we should all take part in. Now, obviously, we've all talked about a lot of things for the men and all of those things, but we have Sister Sabia Kamali. Tell us about how you got involved and what opportunities and activities there are for the sisters.
So basically, the way we got involved, the plan was to make it into a family environment, an atmosphere where it wasn't just about brothers jumping on a boat. We wanted women to have the same experience, children to have the same experience. So to make it into a family event, you had to have women on board. And so we were kind of, it was done in a way that besides the boat race, there are stalls, there are other activities happening on the day that sort of will entice the whole family. There's youth activities as well. So there's Mendi, there's all sorts of different stalls to actually, for people who don't want to go on the boats. There's carom board as well. And there are other events where women will be competing with other women just to make it more comfortable and more like, more equal in terms of challenge-wise. So I think that was the aim, to actually introduce women to Noka Bais, because even in Bangladesh, culturally speaking, it's not something women take part, and for women it's like a new concept. But obviously, going with the times, women do. We fly planes, we're on cars, so we do all sorts of different activity. So even though it's something that is part of Bangladesh heritage, it's not something women have taken part. So with trying to connect with our roots, it's also important for women to take part, because the first tarbiyah or first education a child would get is from the mother. So if as a mother we don't know ourselves how, if we haven't experienced it, we can't pass on the knowledge. We are at the third, fourth generation of Bangladeshis, and you've probably realized within our family we have sort of losing that cultural aspect, we're losing the language, and I think this is a very beautiful way of bringing everything back, and it gives an opportunity to talk about not just Noka Bais, talk about Bangladesh, because Bangladesh is a very small, country as it is, and it hasn't been around for that many years, but we're slowly losing that. So events like this, it brings the whole Bangladeshi and the wider community together, and it gives us an opportunity to talk about our heritage, our culture, celebrating 50 years, and I think it's a beautiful way of starting a conversation and a dialogue with other people as well.
Definitely. And I think there's so many opportunities for the ladies to take part, and I'm sure the organizers will even look at having a women's race if enough of you want to take part. So there's a plea out there. Zara gora asoin. Afnara shob auka aile amra alada ekta Moila race I'm sure Rashid bhai, we can arrange that if people turn up.
Yes, that is in the plans. If we get sufficient numbers, we want to do that. We've been pushing that. But there are, look, as Sabia said, the whole event is geared for the family. So we have got on site, there are some facilities that are already there. Aqua Park is a water-based SO course which is very, very popular. I do have to say you have to book online with them prior. Because they do get booked up quite easily. There's something called the Owls Indoor Play Center, which is a soft play center for 0 to 12-year-olds. So they have sessions as well. You know, you can book on the sessions there. We have New York Youth London. They're delivering sports and games outdoor for 10 to 19-year-olds on the day as well. We have the stalls. You know, John, my life has mostly been spent involved in football. And generally speaking, 99% of the time you go there, sometimes you take your little child with you, but barely are your sisters there, your partner or your wife or your mother, barely are they able to take part. This is an event where everybody can come and they can actually, if they're not participating, they can actually watch, you know. And as Sabia said, it's a conversation point, start a conversation. The other thing it does is it brings people together. You know, so people living in other parts of the country come together and meet people from their area, you know, so there's a lot of connection that can be made there.
There's any views of Ashale Zara organizer, Tarato both in the responsible and they've realized that নিজে নিজে খেলিয়া একটা জো আছে আর আসলে ফ্যামিলি যদি ইনভলভ না হইন আমরা জেনারেশনে আগামী জেনারেশন ভবিষ্যতে বাংলাদেশের লোকে থাকতো নাই that's the reason why they've put all the thought and effort into doing an event that isn't just for the kids. Imagine আপনারা যারা ফিচি ফিচি বাচ্চা আছেন there's that soft play 0 to 12-year-old. I know my little 4-year-old will love that place. Then you've got the aqua park. I've got an 11-year-old who probably book out that session because they love the water. And then you've got the stalls and all the other activities. And if people want to race, every group can race. Men, women, there's a charity section as well. There'll be fundraising. There's a separate facility for prayers. So Shob Dike, community lagi, they've thought about it and put a lot of effort into it. I'm going to move to the audience. If we could get the mic to the front, please. I'm going to ask Saeed Bhai to talk a little bit about the venue and provide some information about Fairlock Waters.
Thank you, Brother Jawar. I just want to just add a couple of things just before I start talking about the venue itself. I think it's very important what we've been actually talking about, and some of the things that sister actually touched on about getting the family involved, the sisters involved. I think there's one key word which I would use, and that's inclusive. And the whole idea is getting the whole family, not just the whole family, but I think it's the women within our family that usually miss out on a lot of the activities. So the whole idea of this festival is getting everybody involved, getting all the sisters, everybody can actually take part in this. So nobody's left out. So that's a very key word, inclusive. So please come along and enjoy, everybody that is. Just a couple of things just about the venue itself. I think we've already talked about some of the things that are already available. One is the Aqua Park, which is very popular. The other is Owls Play Centre, again very popular. Another one that they've just added recently, and I'm sure your kids will enjoy, and that is Thomas the Tank Engine Train. That's just been added there just recently. So again, the younger generations will love that. And there's two ways of buying the tickets. One, you can buy the tickets on the day, as you get on, you hop along, you pay, or you can actually book online. So, you've got two ways of getting the tickets. A couple of other things that they've actually added at the event itself is, the centre is becoming very popular these days. They've got nature trails. So if people like walking, people go on and do some walking. There's a nature reserve at the back of the park itself. You can, if you like bike riding, then you can also hire bikes. They've got a dirt track which goes round the lake, which is about 2 kilometres. So again, great track, if you love bike riding. There's one more activities we haven't mentioned, which is boulders. They've got boulders as well, so if you like climbing, I'm sure young kids love climbing, so that's another activity that you can take advantage of. And I think, bearing in mind, we and our partners are providing lots of activities on the day, and these are just additions that you can take advantage of.
Definitely. It looks like 50 active, and all the organisers are putting on a huge event, and I'm sure a lot more to come. Rashid Bhai, coming back to you. Obviously, some people, when they go to big events like this, they want that exclusive zone. They want to be there, to sit above everyone and watch from a nice view.
Right, okay, so we have the VIP lounge, and the VIP lounge is exactly what you've just said. So we are selling tickets for that. There's limited number of tickets that we can sell. So with the VIP lounge, what you get is you get a buffet lunch. There is a lunch being provided, but also you get the view that you're talking about, which is, there's a balcony, there's a nice terrace. You can go out there, and it's right at the finishing line. So if any of the finishes are quite close, you get the best view of that. So the VIP lounge is available, and anybody who wants to buy tickets, can get in touch with us. I can tell you the prices are £20 for an adult and £10 for a child. Anybody under 12, it's £10. So the VIP lounge is there. One of the other big advantage for the VIP lounge, as far as I'm concerned, is the fact that on the day it's going to be very busy. There are sufficient number of bathrooms in on site. But you know, if it gets very busy, the VIP lounge will have extra 4 or 5 sort of toilets for men and women as well. So this is another advantage, that you don't have to maybe queue up, you know, to use the bathroom.
And viewers, the phone number and the email address is on your screen. So if you want those tickets, you need to contact us ASAP. Otherwise, they're going to be gone, and don't complain on the day. This is going to be a huge event. So please do contact us if you're interested in those tickets. We haven't got long to go. Anwar Bhai, have you got any final things to say?
Well, I think most of it is covered. But as host, we just want to welcome you on the day. Please, like we already mentioned it several times, there is something for everybody. So just look forward to the day, come and enjoy the day out, meet your fellow Upajilas, and yeah, make it a community big event.
And from our audience, now we've got a packed audience. Anyone wants any final words? I think Bishnath has some final words. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Just a couple of things, actually. I mean, I want to invite all my family and everyone else's family, as you guys all mentioned. I think it's going to be a great day, and I want people that I know, especially my family, to be there. So I want to invite all of them. And lastly, Sutabai, our team manager from Luton, I wanted to say thank you to him to bring us all together to participate, and thank you to our sponsors. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Rashid Bhai or Sabia, do you want to tell us a little bit about some of the activities that you'll be doing on the day?
So we personally, as Sisters Forum, are not going to do any activities. What we're doing is we're encouraging women to take part in the boat race. So we're reaching out to our women network and encouraging them to take part. There will be other organisations that do an activity, but I think what is important is when women go to event, the reason why they don't get involved is because of childcare issue, but that is covered with the events that is going to take place. So there are going to be facilities for children to be there, but they'll be supervised, so parents can go on the boat and enjoy themselves as well. So that's what we're focused on, because obviously we want to be more mindful of making it more inclusive for women as well. So that's what we're sort of focused on.
I think that's vital, Rashid Bhai.
Sorry, Joe, just one other thing that I don't think any of us have mentioned and is almost skipped my mind. We're hoping to have a boat on the day where people can just go and the Dragon Boat events people can assist them in just going around the lake. So this is for non-competitive people. So for example, if you know, sort of let's say a family wanted to go on a boat with their children, we're hoping that we're going to have that as well. This is not a race, this is just one boat that goes around the lake. So that's another thing that's sort of open.
And I think that gives opportunity. So we're talking about Upazilas. Anyone whose Upazila isn't mentioned, that's your excuse. Come down, get on a boat and see Fairlop Waters and spend time with your family. Childcare is going to be looked after. What more do you want? These are things that cost a lot of money. So these guys have gone to a lot of thought and effort. Rashid Bhai, do you want to say some final words before we wrap up?
Yeah, look, as the brother Khalis already said, I want to invite everybody. We've gone to great lengths to make sure that this is a family event. I mean, we've reached out to Sisters Forum, to Newark Youth London, Inner London Amateur Football League, and various other organizations to support us in doing this. Because mostly, as I said, we're used to doing just a football sort of competitions. We're keen to have this event support and connect us with our roots and celebrate our heritage. I want everybody to come, bring your family, regardless of their age, regardless of their interest and knowledge of Bangladesh, because once they come to an event like this, you know what, maybe your family member will turn around and say, you know what, I want to go Bangladesh, I want to experience it.
Definitely. Viewers, look, we'd like to thank all of our partners who we're supporting in making this event happen. 50 Active Club, Muslim Charity, New York Youth, Sisters Forum, Dragon Boat Events and everyone else. We sincerely from TV1 invite you all to the event on Sunday the 1st of August, next Sunday. Please come down with your family, rain or shine, lots of things to do indoors and outdoors. It'll be really nice to see everyone. After COVID, we've got the opportunity to all meet up. While the opportunity is there in the summer, I think everyone come down to this event, because who knows, in a few months we could be stuck again. So this is a great opportunity. We look forward to seeing you all, and inshallah it'll be a good environment and it will bring us all closer to Bangladesh and our heritage in the 50th year of Bangladesh's independence. Until next time, thank you for joining us on One Sports Noka Festival Special. We look forward to seeing you all next week. Assalamu alaikum.